X-Men 97 cannot keep getting away with this. I know they did not just end that episode like that. They really said, ha, you didn't get enough emotional damage in the last episode, here go 2 more for you. That's just a crazy cliffhanger to leave us on. Look, this episode had a lot of cameos, a lot of storylines, a lot of Easter eggs, a lot of cliffhangers. This is your spoiler warning. I'm going to be recapping the entire episode and giving my honest spoiler-filled thoughts of the episode. So if you're not trying to be spoiled, make sure you drop a like, follow, but come back later because I do want to hear your thoughts. I knew this episode was going to get devious once I saw Magneto get his drip off rip. Charles wiping the dust off of his hover chair was a nice metaphor of like him not being there. And even got Bastion crying over his mama. Man, I felt that in my CPU. Yeah, Magneto was not messing around. He's going full God mode and creating his own floating fortress that Sokovia would be proud of. There's like something kind of touching, no drizzy, about Bastion caring for his mom. It like shows he still got some human in him. But my brother in Christ, you got the slavery poster up there right there. What do we and Charles is left to still try to pick up the pieces with his X-Men like, brother, you abandoned us. I'm not gonna hold you. When you reached out to try to shake Scott's hand and Scott just walked right past him and he just fell face down like this, I felt that in my soul. That's a Tom Brady if I've ever seen one. I don't think there's anything more painful in this world than someone leaving you hanging. But eventually Storm and Forge return and they got a plan in motion. Stop Bastion and Magneto might be able to be swayed. Because right now he's on full demon time. Anyone can get it. American, Mexican, African. I'm not gonna lie, Roberto kind of cooked Charles when he said, why would you lend the villain your team in the first place? I was just waiting for Charles to be like, ha ha, you got me. Charles goes and tries to reconcile with Rogue, who by the way is wearing Gambit's jacket. That shit just kind of touched my soul a little bit. I'm a little sad now. And I mean, Charles just feels guilty because he wasn't there. And that's when Mutant Jesus himself shows up, basically saying, look, whoever wants to join me, you can join me. But we're doing this shit my way. Enough. And to the surprise of absolutely no one, Rogue joins him. But Roberto joining was kind of a surprise. But then again, his own mom turned him in, so I kind of get craziest thing was Rogue leaving Gambit's jacket on Professor X. She's like, here, you deal with this guilt. Charles tells the president to chill on the X-Men for a little bit. They got a plan. And let's all just take a moment to appreciate this moment right here.
Am I going to war or a circus?
What'd you expect? Black leather?
If you know, you know. Bastion got to start calling himself Battery because he's the one providing all the juice to the Sentinels, who say it's on sight as soon as the X-Men pull up. So they split up, right? But let me tell you about this bar right here. Jean says, make them mind your weather, sister. And Aurora says, and them weather your mind. That's called motherfucking bar! And mind her weather, they will. Because God, gotta make a new category for this. Meanwhile, the ground unit of Cable, Jean, Beast, and Morph heads in and gets attacked by Sentinels. Then something so elegant happened. Morph turned into the Hulk. And then that X-Men theme started playing. Oh yeah. You know I expeditiously got up out of my seat. It was time to lock in. It was just so cool seeing Hulk beat the shit out of some Sentinels. Morph even said Morph smash. But Beast making a Sentinel slap itself gotta be the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life. Me personally, I'm not letting that shit happen. And then Mr. Sinister thought Jean was an easy lick. And she said, Steve, right? Okay, go ahead and put that X up there. Meanwhile, we got a unit going up to Mutant Jesus' fucking palace. God. We get a little mini Civil War moment between Roberto and Jubilee. And Professor X showing off as I went to de-escalation school. And that's when Magneto said, listen, I've been waiting a long time to say this shit. Shut the fuck up. Him. Sinister's bitch ass retreats to Bastion. Turns out it was Morph trying to trick Bastion, who was like, I smell you right now. Bastion has Morph and Beast in his clutches. And the real Mr. Sinister took control over Cable, who started shooting at Jean. And I mean shooting at Jean. She got inside the mind of Scott and said, I love you. I might get fucking killed by our future son. And Wolverine is finally able to take Magneto's helmet off, which is when Charles hits him with the mind control from hell. But Scott shoots Professor X and is like, listen, they need more time down on Earth. But Magneto ain't gonna be happy. And he pulls that reverse Uno card on Charles and is like, here, you have some of this. But then snicked. Oh no, one of my 2 boyfriends just got stabbed again. Wolverine said, look, I've been in a lot of wars. This shit is played out. So Magneto said, get the fuck up off me. Get back, motherfucker. You don't know me like that. And Magneto starts stripping the fucking adamantium out of Wolverine's body. This is the final shot we see in this episode. This shit is crazy. I'm gonna need someone at Marvel Studios to pay for my therapy bill because how are you gonna end off on this? Oh yeah, and if the last episode hits a landing, not only is this easily the best thing Marvel Studios has ever put out on Disney Plus, this might just be one of the best superhero animated series of all time. But let me know your thoughts down in the comments below, and as always, like and follow for more.